Disenchanted hit Disney Plus this weekend. That's right, the sequel to Enchanted. So this is another one of those Disney Plus original films. And I'll be honest, those have been a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's been some that I thought were really good. Blanking on them. All the good ones right now. But, you know, then we also had some that was like, oh, I see why this is on Disney Plus. Yeah. Lady and the Tramp. It was fun. It was fun. Like, it was definitely a made for Disney Plus movie. You know? Yeah. Hocus Pocus 2. You know. And so with this one, I didn't know what to expect. Are we going to get, you know, something with a little bit lower budget? You know, are we going to get, are we actually going to get a good story? I mean, you're doing a sequel to a movie that came out in, 2007?
Yes.
And, like, now it's 2022, you know? And so, like, how is this really going to work? And then, like, based off some of the trailers, like, oh, she's, like, turning evil. And, okay. Like, I'm just, you know, don't know what's going to happen. So we started it. And, of course, we're spoiler free right now. So, Maggie, how'd you feel watching it?
I say at the start of it, I was kind of worried. Mm-hmm. I was worried. I was like, oh, great. We're Hocus Pocus again. But as it went on, it got better.
It got really good.
And the song, I thought the song sounded really good. Yeah. And again, 2 movies back to back with awesome choreography. Yeah. Like, I
would say the only downfall for it, because of us, it's our fault. We watched Spirited before we watched Disenchanted. Yeah. And the music and production in Spirited, I feel like, is just top tier. Yeah. And this felt a little bit more like Beauty and the Beast live action, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's, you know, just a little bit lower, you know? It's just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was still great. And had I not watched Spirited first, I would have thought this was a great musical in the moments that it has music.
Yeah.
No, I'm right there with you. Like, you know, we kind of started it, and, you know, it was like 20 minutes in. I was like, we got to put Viv to bed. Do we really want to start it back up tonight? You want to wait till tomorrow?
Yeah.
But then, you know, when we got back to it, basically after the first act, when the first act ends, it starts getting really good.
Yeah.
Like, it takes the first act to just set everything in place and to get the story going. Yeah. Jesus, I wish it would have moved just a hair quicker.
Yeah.
But the moment the spell, we'll say a spell, comes into play, I feel like the movie takes a really good turn.
Yes.
And then by the third act, I was shocked that I was, like, crying and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was like, holy fuck, like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, because where we began was very much not there, you know?
No, yeah.
I was like, it's an ABC original movie, you know, like, but no, I thought they did a really good job. I think this is probably the best Disney Plus movie we've gotten. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not counting Encanto. Yeah. I feel like that's not a Disney Plus movie.
No, because it also released in theaters.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay. But it came out very shortly onto Disney Plus.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not talking about any of the premium ones like Black Widow, even though this definitely is better than Black Widow.
Yeah. And Jungle Cruise.
And probably Mulan. I'd probably put it above Mulan. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at with it, Maggie. Anything else you want to say? I feel like we got a few things we want to talk about in spoilers. Yeah. So as somebody who did not watch Enchanted when it first came out, I think I didn't watch it until, a couple of years ago when we watched it together?
Yeah, you're like, I've never watched Enchanted. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta watch it.
I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of the old, we're in a universe and now we're coming to the real world stories, you know, like Smurfs and there's too many to name. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah. Like, it's a trope, you know? Yeah. I think it actually, we looked it up, it has a name. The trope has a name. Yeah. I think it was in our Chippendale review. Yeah. Which they did not do that.
No, they didn't.
So I was kind of there, and also it was like, 2007, 2008? And like, at that point, I was 23, And so, like, I wasn't really, what? Or no,
You would have been 20.
20. Yeah, sorry, 20. I was thinking 3 years after.
I was like, I graduated high school in 2007. I was 18, buddy.
Yeah. And so I was kind of in a weird place where I was like Disney adjacent. And I feel like Disney was in a place that was Disney adjacent.
It wasn't, it wasn't the best of times.
Yeah. I mean, we had like the Chicken Little, the Wild, Meet the Robinsons,
I really like Meet the
Robots.
Never. No. That's DreamWorks, buddy. Don't drag that in there.
I mean, the best thing they had going for them was Pixar, which I did. I was still going to watch Pixar films, but then I saw this and I was like, it just feels like they're trying to be edgy again, but like they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
Unlike with like a Goofy movie where like it was a little bit edgy-ish.
Yeah.
It's like edgy adjacent, right?
Yeah.
But the tone worked for Goofy movie.
Yeah.
This, just from the trailers and stuff, I was like, it just looks like they're trying to be in on the joke and be sarcastic, and it's just not doing it for me. So I avoided this movie for years until Maggie finally wore me down enough, and we watched it, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
I was shocked. Again, I should know better. Like,
and then, while watching it with you, we realized that Idina Menzel.
It's fucking Idina Menzel, man.
She's in it.
Adele Nazim herself.
Yes.
All right. I can't believe she was in it. And so, I did really fall in love with this movie. So that of course that's the original movie, and then to see them come back so soon for me, for this, I think as a person new to this franchise, I think it worked very well. But again, it's only been like 2 years for me between the two of them.
Yeah.
So Maggie, from your perspective, as somebody that did love it when it came out, for it to have been so long. So like from a long-time fan's perspective, how do you feel about how they did?
I think they did it very well. It's just, it's always so strange, you watch Enchanted and you see how young everybody is. Yeah. Like Patrick Dempsey, and James Marsden, which, by the way, hello, that man does not age.
He doesn't age. It's crazy. Sonic's dad.
Yeah. That is right. I always forget that.
Cyclops. And what's his name? Perry Watt's son. He plays in Superman Returns. He plays Perry Watt's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Johnny Watt. I don't even know what his name is. It's not Johnny Watt.
He was in Sonic, and he had another movie with another CGI character. What was it?
Oh, it was something bad, wasn't it?
Hop. Was it Hop?
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, it's like a curse kept following him. Anyways.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Just let him be Cyclops.
Anyways, I liked how they handled a lot of things. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm afraid I'm going to say too much.
Yeah. No. I think, still no spoilers, I think the additional cast that you can see in the poster here, I mean, there's not really many shown, but I think they were all great additions. They didn't feel out of place. Now, the two that's with Maya Rudolph, sometimes they felt a bit over the top.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not the actor's fault. Like they were doing what they were supposed to do. But they were the only part that gave me kind of made for TV movie vibes. But Jim and Mays from Glee and Heroes, Charlie from Heroes, so fucking funny in this. She's from around here.
Yeah,
like she's from like somewhere around here. So I mean, there are so many just reaction shots of her that just
there's one shot. Me and you looked at each other like, why did they keep that for so long on her?
So good. It was so funny though. She's really good at it.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say before we get into spoilers? Would you recommend people check it out?
If you like musicals, I'd say yes. But if you don't do it.
If they don't like Disney movies.
Say don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very much Disney.
It's playing off Disney tropes.
Yes.
It's almost like a Ready Player One for Disney, almost, but not as on the nose as Ready Player One. I think if you're not into the whole Disney thing, this isn't going to change
especially
your mind.
The princesses side of stuff.
Yeah.
I think,
And if you didn't like the first one, I don't think this is going to redeem it for you either.
No.
So, but if none of that is an issue, I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I mean, we really liked it. I said I love Spirited but I really liked this movie, if that makes sense. So,
Yes.
All right. Moving on to spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. Spoilers. I can't believe Chip was dead the whole time. Pip, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't fucking know. Chip's the Green Lantern squirrel. Yeah. It was great. All right. Bye, everybody. No, I really loved it.
Yeah.
I will say the tree of memories made me bawl my eyes out for some reason. I don't know. Trees. I was not expecting
the
that.
song Love Power.
Yeah. Love Power. Yeah. Oh my God.
Idina Menzel just there belting it out, man.
How can you not cry when Idina Menzel sings? You know, like, come on.
Yeah.
And like, I love that they really lucked up with her, you know, like, because she didn't sing in the first one, did she?
I don't think so.
In the soundtrack or something.
No,
but like not in the movie.
I don't think so.
So, I mean, like, you know, I mean, obviously she'd been on Broadway and stuff. And I mean, she was known before Frozen, obviously. But I mean, to be able to use her to this capacity, like, I feel like she should have been bigger on the poster. Honestly, now I'm looking at the poster. Yeah. Like, she should have been a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
She did get the cast call out with Idina Menzel. Yeah. Like, that was how she was cast in it. Yeah. So, I mean, she probably got some good money off of it.
Well, and James Marsden. It said, and James Marsden. I was like, he got some money.
Get that money, man. He deserves it.
But the wishing wand.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting, and also I felt bad for Morgan because like she's seeing, you know, Nancy, which is Idina Menzel's character, and Edward, which is James Marsden, give the little baby the wand and saying this is a true daughter of Andalasia could have it, and you know, I was like, poor Morgan, you know, all she wanted when in the first movie was a mom, and she loved the fact that, you know. God, I can't think of her name now.
Giselle.
That Giselle was a princess and that she didn't doubt it.
Yeah.
And she does get her as a mom.
Yeah.
And
sweet.
Yes.
It's very sweet.
And I mean, and she's a teenager now.
Yeah.
They're dealing with all the teenager stuff, and
I can't wait.
Poor Giselle just doesn't understand why her stuff doesn't work anymore. My songs don't work. Anything I do doesn't work.
I feel like it's a very good mom movie.
It is.
You know,
it is. And it made me sad.
Like seeing the baby just reminded me of Viv so much. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, it was super sad, but I mean, they definitely pulled it together in the end. I mean, because that moment when she's like, "You are my daughter," and then she's able to use the magic because she really is her daughter, regardless of if she gave birth to her.
Yeah,
like, I feel like that's a fantastic message in this movie. Like that third act is just wonderful. Yeah. And especially, I was a little worried. Like, Amy Adams' character is so bubbly at first, and I don't know if she like pushed it to the extreme so that it would feel more off when she's bad. You know, like the juxtaposition of it. Because it was for me, as tiptoeing on annoying. Okay, like it was really fucking close. It didn't get there. It never got there, but she was getting a little on my nerves.
Yeah, I could tell. I was like, Matt's not liking this. I can tell she's getting on his nerves.
Too wide-eyed, and you know, like she's been in New York for 15 years or however long it's been. But like,
that's her spirit though, man.
I know, but like, Jesus fuck, come on, you know.
But whenever she makes that wish, because she wants
I believed
Morgan.
her. I believed her in that. Like when she actually stopped being, and I get it now looking back at it, like she was putting on a face for Morgan to show like everything can be happy. She's putting on being this bubbly character, and that's probably why it fell off. Because it's not truly how she's feeling in the moment. And so when she wishes, we actually see the real her. Yeah. And I mean, that feels like the most clear we've seen her in the entire 2 movies. You know? And so like when she makes the wish and stuff, and the music, the number between her and Maya Rudolph.
Yes, that was great.
Probably one of the best villain songs in a Disney movie. And they always have the fun ones.
Yes,
you know?
Yeah, they do.
And I mean,
everybody remembers the villain songs.
Dude, this one kicked ass.
Yes,
oh
it
my
did.
God. You talk a little bit because you love Disney.
Yeah,
You love
yeah,
Disney
yeah.
princess
I
stuff.
liked all the little, not necessarily Easter eggs, but like little callbacks to all the Disney princess movies and stuff.
The rose and the
But what I was saying, back to the wishing wand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Before she realizes like what's going on, like the clock going off then, but when she does it, when she realizes what's happening, I was so happy about that. I was so worried that they was just going to play it off. Oh, she doesn't know what's happening to herself. She doesn't know she's becoming a wicked stepmother or anything. No, she does at the beginning. She realizes it and she's like, no, I don't talk like this. This is awful, And then when it does kick into high gear, then Pip becomes a cat.
Which was awesome.
I loved it because he still was fast like a chipmunk. Because the two sidekicks, Maya Rudolph's, they're like, oh my God, he's fast. How's he so fast? Big old fat cat.
I think I like him more as a cat.
I know, that's what I said. He's so cute as a fat cat. And I just love when, I guess she leaves the house and it shows him laying on the countertop and he says, I don't know why, but I have a sudden urge to lick this. He starts licking his foot. But I really did like the fact that, like, before she pushes Morgan into the well to Andalasia, that, she kind of has that, like, Gollum moment, And she's like, no, we must it. And Morgan's like, what is wrong with you? But, like, how she could just turn it on.
Yes.
And then turn it off.
Amy Adams is a fantastic actress.
Yes, she is.
I mean, she was in Smallville, for God's sakes.
I forgot about that. Somebody put up a post on Instagram and it showed her from some movie from like the early 2000s, like before Enchanted. And they said if they had made a Barbie movie back then, she would have been perfect. She would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But I really liked the costumes and everything. I mean,
good.
the little girl in me was kind of, going, this is so cool, and all
I thought
those
Morgan's
shoutbacks.
outfit was really good.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't too over the top like everybody else's, which I know that was the point.
That was the point, because she wasn't like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. And then that ending, I mean, the whole third act.
Oh, I know.
But I mean, the final shots of them, like, as a family at the picnic, and what's his name comes back and he's fighting with the kids.
Yes. And they're like, we killed you. He said, no, it was a graze. It was a graze.
Now, let me ask you this. I've seen some people on Twitter were a little bit complaining about the lack of use of Patrick Dempsey's character. Did you feel that way at all? Or
I was kind of shocked about it.
Yeah, because it just kind of let him on his own little adventure and then bring him back in the third act.
Yeah.
But it's like, what? I mean, I feel like if he had been there, it would have...
Yeah, but like, the whole point of this was stepmom.
Yes.
Stepdaughter.
Yes.
And trying to figure out a teenager, and Giselle doesn't understand that.
And I feel like if he would have seen Giselle bad, he would have known something was up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even in the spell, like, I feel like even as himself in the spell, he still would have known she's not like that.
Yeah. Well, even like the carriage going to the festival, he even like looked at her like, what minions? What do you want minions for? Yeah. And he's like, well, I'm going to go find Morgan. It's not like her to not be here. But which we knew she was in the wishing well, to help figure out what's going on.
And it was nice to go back to the animated series.
Yes, that made me so happy. I love that. That was like one of my favorite things about Enchanted, how it just started as an animated movie.
Because it's supposed to be like a Disney princess movie.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it truly is in that continuity.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that they were drawn. There's just something about it just felt... Like I said when we was watching it, I said it felt like Archer.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's not that flash animation style, but
I think they went a little bit too heavy on the outlines.
Yeah.
With the black.
It just felt like it was a little, I don't know the word, but maybe loose.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of felt like that recent Scooby-Doo movie we watched.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know, it just didn't feel the same. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know animation enough to be able to say it. But I'm glad it wasn't CG or anything, obviously.
But
like, if you put that next to, like, Princess Frog.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like,
Yeah.
you know, that one looks a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like they tried.
Princess and the Frog looks a lot better, just so we're clear.
Yeah, it does. I feel like the animation style changed.
Yeah, possibly.
I say it probably could have.
I mean, they probably didn't put as much
money into it. But what I liked about whenever Morgan's and Andalasia and looking at the tree.
Yeah.
And seeing all those memories, and they're all animated, and I thought that was so sweet.
And then we see the same memories in the real world.
Yeah.
And it's the real actors doing the same. Dude, oh my God, I'm just bawling my eyes out the whole time, you know?
I know.
And what's up with both of these movies? No spoilers for Spirited, but like having these like freeze frame effects going on, and like them moving through, you know, like in Spirited it was snow, and in this it was like the memories.
Yeah.
But it's like time has stopped.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that effect.
It too. Yeah.
It's just such a wild thing that both of them did that. Yeah. No, I thought it was really good. Honestly,
I did too.
I really enjoyed it. Shocked that they pulled it off, and that they pulled it off so well.
Yes.
And one thing we noticed, and this probably means nothing, but you know, at the end of the book, when it closes the book, it's only in the halfway point. So does that mean there could be a third?
No,
I mean, think about it. It's called Enchanted. You put a 3 as the E. There it is. It's done. And it could be about the new little girl.
Sophia.
Yeah. Or here's what you do. You do Enchanted 3. Okay. None of this stuff that's happened. All right. Like none of these like fairy tale spells and shit. It'll be more like the first Enchanted, where it's just in the real world, right? And it's just the plot of Father of the Bride. It's just that. But then you got what's his name?
Edward.
Yeah, trying to bring in all the fairy tale stuff into it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it's just the Father of the Bride, but it's Enchanted 3. Come on, I mean, I'd watch the shit out of that. Are you kidding me? And then Tim Allen comes in and he's like, I gotta get married.
Oh God. Yeah, speaking we haven't even started that yet.
No,
I'm dreading it.
I can't believe how bad we're dreading the Santa Claus. Like, we really like the Santa Claus. I'm just shocked that we're really, really not wanting to watch it.
I'm worried.
I think it's because we don't like Tim Allen. I think that's the biggest flaw here.
That's what it is.